Nurgle's PA versus World Beater. Bretonnia versus Nurgle. Since they're DLC, we really do not see a lot of Nurgle. We see a lot of Nurgle's units on the Beastmen, sometimes on the Warriors of Chaos, sometimes on the Demons of Chaos, but very rarely do we see the actual Nurgle faction. PA running a bit of an interesting Bretonnia build too. Lewin's pretty standard stuff, but aside from that, we have 4 mounted yeoman archers, peasant mobs backed up by men-at-arms, a bunch of archers, some with pox arrows. I have to imagine there's some fire. Yeah, there's some fire to reduce healing. Then a Knight of the Realm, a mounted yeoman, the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis, and then a Grail Knight, and a healing caster with Regrowth and Earthblood. And aside for the forces of Nurgle, we have 2 Marauder Horsemen throwing axes, looks like, 3 Chaos Knights of Nurgle, 4 Chaos Furies, 5 Nurglings, including the Frolickers Bonic, and then a Demon Prince of Nurgle with just Fleshy Abundance. So it's healing and heavy knights versus healing and heavy knights. Mounted Yeoman Archer is going to get tickling little teeny tiny bits of damage into the heavily armored and shielded Chaos Knights running straight at them. But if they can ever get damage onto the Furies or the Nurglings, that'll be rather good. And they can counter skirmish with the throwing axes quite nicely. 4 Mounted Yeoman Archers should do fine there. In come the throwing axes. A little bit of value, but not too much onto the Mounted Yeoman. Nurgle's just closing in. Closing the gap. As Lewin hangs out on top of Biaki. Little skirmish phase as the Nurglings bounce and hop forward. This pathetic front line should not be able to get through Bretonnia's either, so both front lines are quite astonishingly terrible. It'll be a knight fight. Knights and Furies. As Nurgle gets into position, Demon Prince taking some damage here and there. Some skirmish caps still taking damage. Now, especially that they're in range of the foot archers. The foot archers should be able to actually do a lot of damage to these skirmishers, so I expect that to be where a lot of the damage comes in, as Grail Knights are going to charge out of the woods. Their trap is complete. No one saw them coming, and on the charge, they take down the Chaos Knights of Nurgle. Already a third of the HP off those guys, and it is still falling, so very good start for Bretonnia there, but the Chaos Furies are in, diving down onto Peasant Bowman. And Lewin tries to bail out this flank, but already his archer is routing. His Knight of the Realm has taken insane damage, and it is just getting worse and worse. Soon, Lewin will be alone. And the Furies have gotten rid of a lot of the archer support. I mean, we have 2 mounted yeomen trying to help out, but that is Lewin all by his lonesome. Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis push back the throwing axes. Nurglings are trying to push through the peasants, though it is going to take them a while. I mean, the Grail Knights did fantastically on the other side, but this is getting spooky, Lewin being in here. To Nurgle's credit, and World Beater playing him, looks like they're just ignoring him for the most part, not piling up too many non-armor-piercing, non-anti-large knights on Lewin, just leaving it to the Demon Prince and some Furies. But moving on, making sure to keep pushing back the Mounted Yeoman Archers and the Peasant Bowmen to stop them from doing too much. Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis fly in. Gonna get a couple shots onto the Chaos Knights of Nurgle here and there, but the Mounted Yeomen are all abandoning ship. Nurgle keeping the bounce power nice and even. Grail Knights coming back to the fight, leaving the Chaos Knights. Those guys will rally. They're already positive on leadership. We'll see just how long that takes. As our Nurgling front line is starting to take enough damage to finally start Demonic Instability crumbling here and there. Chaos Fury is still chasing down archers, making sure that they can't get too much done. Speaking of not getting too much done, man, this Demon Prince of Nurgle versus Lewin fight is going nowhere. Like, neither side is getting much done, so they're just holding forever. I guess, what is it, 60-50 versus 50-69? Yes, their stats are just matched, so they're very defensive. Quick Earthblood out onto the Knights as the Grail Knights have joined the combat, and now that is going to be a problem for the Chaos Knights Nurgle. I mean, as we already saw, Grail Knights are real good at bodying these fools. I thought I saw a regrowth coming in, but it either got canceled or just didn't matter. Alright, Demon Prince and Lewin still going at it. Neither of them really taking that much damage as I assess the battlefield. The Chaos Knights that were routed by the Grail Knights are back, helping the Frolickers, Bubonics, and other Nurglings try and get through the front line, but the Grail Knights are back to finish the job, taking down the Chaos Knights that they started against. And that'll be that. I heard a nasty overcast. Didn't do that much damage, but still, a little spooky. Defenders flirtily and the Mountie Yeoman pushed off. And still, Lewin is fighting back against the Demon Prince of Nurgle. I cannot iterate enough how little each side is getting done in this specific duel. They're just fighting forever. Alright. Still have 2 healthy Chaos Knights. Still have some Marauder Horsemen throwing axes here and there that need to back off and use their throwing axes on the Grail Knights. For Bretonnia, we still have an Archer that's trying to offer supporting fire into either the Demon Prince or his Knights. It's very hard to tell. But now the Demon Prince is actually getting a lot of shots in a row onto Lewin, getting a ton of damage out onto him as Chaos Knights of Nurgle are trying to chase him down. Grail Knights backing off. Looks like they're going to charge these Furies. They should take them out super quickly. As soon as these guys go negative on leadership, they'll just instantly crumble away into nothingness. And Lewin needs to not rout. If he routs, he loses his the Ladies Champion healing. Turns off if he ever routs, so he needs to stay in it. And somehow this Archer is still allowed to be alive. I don't know how that is happening. As here, the Grail Knights might be on their last stand. They hold a wall of faith and steel and magical lances against the forces of chaos. And they're doing decent damage, but they did all this to save their king, who actually gets a regrowth. Not going to bother waiting for just regenerate on his own. Is going to spend a regrowth on it. Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis charging from the side. And Lewin's going to dive down, providing his terror and maybe routing off the Chaos Knights of Nurgle to buy the Grail Knights a little bit of peace and quiet as they do get an Earthblood to heal up. There goes a Chaos Knight, there goes a Marauder Horseman throwing axes, all getting terror out of the way as Lewin is back in, healthier than ever before against the Demon Prince of Nurgle, whose healing cap is in sight. Frolickers Bubonic are gone. Speaking of which, most of the Nurglings are gone. We still have 3 Chaos Furies on the map, though 2 of them are just about ready to collapse at any moment, though a free charge onto some hapless peasants will certainly keep their leadership high enough to stay in this game as they feast on the souls of the living. Once again, the Chaos Knights of Nurgle are here to support their Demon Prince against Lewin. Lewin is beating that fool, though. The Grail Knight's heal cap is in sight, but there's plenty of healing left they could receive. Man, they are just giving it to the Chaos Knights. That's not even fair. 3,100 value for the Grail Knights. For Lewin, 2,100 as well. Demon Prince of Nurgle gives himself a fleshy abundance to get back into the most health he can. He is going to heal cap, I guess. That's fine. Chaos Furies chase off more archers. Still have a decent number of Chaos Furies, still have Marauder Horsemen throwing axes, still have ammunition for those, and the Grail Knights are getting rather low. 31 models, they do get another Earthblood. The Demon Prince has gotten Lewin to his heal cap, so maybe there's something there. And in comes the throwing axes that we have so desperately needed. Onto the Grail Knights, terror out in onto the Chaos Knights. I wonder where Nurgle's army abilities are. If they have a Fecundity, that'd be a good spot. Both Skirmish Cav and the Chaos Knights. I know I've said it like 800 times, but I just love how this Demon Prince and Lewin have been in a 1v1 battle, like, literally the whole game. Lewin backed off for a second, and that was it. Grail Knights holding to the last man, but they are strung out now throughout this formation, getting picked off. Chaos Knights look like they'll die soon, but then the throwing axes and Chaos Fury should be able to finish it off. But an Earthblood trying to save the Grail Knights, 17 models left on those elite Knights of Bretonnia, while Lewin continues to battle with the Demon Prince of Nurgle. Both of them are officially heal capped. No more healing shenanigans for those guys. Marauder Horsemen of Nurgle not getting their throwing axes out. Do get charged by the Grail Knights. More peasants are returning to the fight for Bretonnia. Balance powers in Bretonia's favor, and I would tend to agree as the Grail Knights are slowly getting poked down by the Chaos Furies of Nurgle. Damsel is also taking some of that damage, but Nurglings have rejoined the fight. Maybe a little bit of buffering can help fight against Lewin. Maybe he'll get distracted once or twice. The Demon Prince can get some free shots in on him, but the Demon Prince is actually going to run away. Ooh, that is a mistake. Casting a Fleshy Abundance on himself when he is already heal capped is literally a waste of a spell. Big mistake there. Might have wanted to throw that onto the Chaos Furies or maybe the Chaos Knights in the distance, but Grail Knight's going to rout off, it looks like. There they go. Damsel also routs from the Demon Prince getting too close, but Lewin's still fighting it out. Gets another good shot on the Demon Prince of Nurgle, who returns fire once or twice here and there. Nurglen's going to chase off all these guys, so it will just be Lewin in the late game, but I really don't know what the forces of Nurgle can do against Lewin. Especially because Lewin's about to kill their Demon Prince, but I mean, like, these skirmish cav with not a lot of ammo can't do too much. Nurglings and Furies are just going to be food for him once the Demon Prince dies. I have to imagine that'll be it. Chasing the Damsel and the Grail Knight off is nice. Nurglings are in, Sword of Corona's down. The only saving grace could be if the Nurglings get some healing through a Fecundity or another Fleshy Abundance if he has it, and just forcing Lewin to sit in infantry when he has no healing left because he's heal capped. I mean, they could attrition him down. Possibly. Damsel's off the map, Grail Knights are off the map. Throwing axes using some of their ammunition into the men-at-arms. Lewin's trying to get into the sky, but he is actually just going to plow back into the Nurglings after all. Send some of them flying. Throwing axes returning to use the last of their ammunition onto Lewin. Ugh, if that Fleshy Abundance hadn't been on the already heal-capped Demon Prince of Nurgle, they actually might be able to do it, but without it, the Chaos Knights are going to shatter. Our horsemen throwing axes, look at the route, and then they'll shatter. Well, times 2 speed and see if anything can even get any damage out onto Lewin right now. Surrounded by Furies, but he's just putting the hurt on him. Ooh! Fleshy Abundance onto Nurglings, you love to see it. The Marauder Horse and throwing axes are back in. These are the ones without any ammo, but they still surround Lewin, just lock him in place so that the Nurglings get some good shots on him here and there, so he can't even, like, charge around or do anything. 4,000 HP for the King of Bretonnia, 1,200 for the Demon Prince. Does he even bother cycle charging in? We'll see. It looks like he is going for it. There's a Sword of Corone down. Demon Prince misses the attack on his way in. But is he going to get away from Lewin? He does not get away from Lewin. Lewin gets a free shot onto his back. Almost hits him again. 1 leadership for the Demon Prince. There he takes another shot, so then he will die. And that Demon Prince had some not great RNG. Without the Demon Prince, the leadership falls too far. Chaos Furies and Nurgle are about to demonic instability crumble. Army losses is even going to hit for these poor little guys. And Lewin will do it yet again. Lewin can literally never die. 4,000 value for him. My goodness. Grail Knight's got 4,100, and yeah, that was most of the value, is Lewin and a Grail Knight. For World Beater, his Demon Prince got 2,600 value, which is, like, pretty good, though I'm still shocked he didn't do better. Chaos Furies. Oof. Chaos Furies were trying to carry. Chaos Knights and Nurgle also did solid. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.